kind of go over the electric guitar rhythm solo parts for the Hillsong London song called All Things New. It's a really cool song. So the thing you heard me play the intro was kind of like what you played during the verse parts. Okay, so it's gonna kind of involve the D chord, the G chord, the B minor chord, A, and G. So what I'm kind of doing with the electric guitar part is kind of doing an arpeggiation of for each chord. So for example, D chord, instead of just playing like this, good old D chord like that, what I do is I play all the way up at the 7th fret. So what I'm going to do, I like to use my 3rd and 4th finger, and I'm going to put my 3rd finger on the 7th fret 3rd string, and then the 2nd finger on the 2nd string 7th fret right below that, and so you get this chord, or more exactly, I just play the D, the G, and the B string. Okay, so that would be the D chord. Now the G chord, what I kind of do is I keep my 3rd finger down, and then I slide my pinky and 4th finger up a fret to the 8th fret, and I hit the 3 strings again, kind of create like a suspension sound, but it works well with the G chord. So this would be like a G chord, back to D, up to G. Very simple, very natural. And then the B minor chord, what I do is I slide my pinky back again, and then I put my 2nd finger on the 6th string 7th fret. So my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th finger are all on the 7th fret. So I play that. And then when I go to the A chord, what I do is I slide my 2nd finger down to the A, which is the 5th fret, and then I play what we call like a A2 chord. So here's a 2nd finger on the 5th fret. My 1st finger is gonna be on 4th fret 3rd string, and then my 3rd finger is gonna be on the 5th fret 2nd string. So it's called an A2 chord, and then we take that same chord shape and slide it down to the 2nd fret, or at least my 1st finger is on the 2nd fret, my 2nd finger is on the 3rd fret. It's kind of like the modified G chord, the G2 chord. So let me play all the chords together and see how they sound. Sounds pretty cool. But there's a little rhythmic part where it goes like this. So for the D and the G chord, it's gonna be da 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 da. So it's gonna be sort of on the 3rd string. So the 4th string, 4th, 2nd, and 3rd string. So it's gonna be like da 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 da. So I'm gonna do the da 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 on the the 3rd and 2nd string. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's more better felt. Just try to do that a million times. Same thing with the G chord. Okay, and then the B minor chord. So from the B minor, A, and G, we play very straight. So it's just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. combination of 8s and 16s. So it's 1 E and 2, 4, 1 E, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so now let's just try, let's see, when we go to the chorus, it's not that hard. You can just do one strum. And today, D, brand new G has come, D, A, then G, angels celebrate, A, singing G, hallelujah, A, praise your name, G. That part's kind of quiet, so you don't really have to do too much. And then when it goes back to the verse again, you kind of do the same kind of lick that we were practicing or explaining so far. Alright? Now when we go to the bridge where it gets really loud, we can use a combination of chords here. So in the bridge we have a D, A, B minor, G. So if you're doing like two guitars, you know, like one wants to play like in the lower part, other one plays the higher part, I'll show you the different voicings. So both of you guys can start either on this D, but I would start right here. So if you remember my other videos, like in the D major chord, what we do is we're going to put our first finger on the 5th fret, 5th string, then we're going to mute the 4th string, and then we're going to put our 3rd and 4th finger on the 7th fret, like this. And then when we mute the string, you get kind of like a D chord. Sounds like a power chord, but not really. But you have a 3rd here. Sounds better. I think it sounds better than a power chord. So I'm going to explain how it goes for the rhythm guitar that's going to play in the lower position. So we play a D chord like that. Now the A chord, instead of just doing this, we play somewhat of a power chord. Now what we're going to do is your second finger is going to slide. I want you to do like a little half bar on the 2nd finger, and then I want you to take your pinky and put that on the 5th fret, and then just play 3 strings. Technically you could play 4 strings, but when you play this chord, you don't want it to do that all the time, because it depends which chord you're playing. But in this voicing, you can do either all these strings or just so from D, A, okay. Now B minor, alright, when we go to B minor, instead of just doing that, you can do that, but it can sound kind of messy. So what I do is from this A chord, I slide my pinky down to the 3rd fret, and then my 3rd finger is on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, and then my 2nd finger is on my 2nd finger is on the 2nd fret, 5th string, and my 2nd finger is going to mute the 4th string again, and we're just going to play. See, I think this sounds a lot more, you know, clear than, it's just too much, too messy. This actually sounds a little more focused. And the G chord, well, you can just do regular G chord. Okay. Sounds fine. So this is how it sounds, D, A, B minor, G. Some more rhythm. 3, 4. Now if you're playing the chords in a higher position, here's how it goes. So D chord is the same. Now the A chord we're gonna do is kind of do like a power chord but in a higher position. So we're gonna shift to the 7th fret, bar 5 string, okay? And then we're going to put our 3rd and 4th finger like so. So we're going to play this A power chord in a higher position. Okay, so D, A, then B minor. So B minor is just going to be just a B power chord, but shift up to the 9th position, 9th fret. So D, A, B minor. Now we have two options for G. What we can do is take that same power chord shape, slide that down back to the 5th fret. That way, when we go back to D, it's just much easier. So if you want to do it like that, you could do it like this. Or, if you want to stay up here, and you don't mind sliding back down here, you can kind of do a G up here, kind of that D chord shape that we had earlier. So it sounds like this. That could work too. Just slide down like that. So I'll try it both ways. Breathe. Now in the bridge, what you can the quiet bridge 2 part where let me not forget this day, it's gonna be a D chord, B minor, so D chord, B minor chord, G chord, and A chord. So you can do kind of something similar what you did in the verse, or do like some arpeggiations. So you can do something like this, like. So in the next video, I'm gonna kind of play everything from the beginning to end. Okay.